Hi class. We're going to pick up today in Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Let me just remind you what was going on before I start from today. So Greg went to Rowley's house and they were playing on the big wheel that Rowley got Greg for Christmas, and he was throwing a ball at him, trying to get him to fall off of the big wheel. He did. Rowley broke his arm. All the girls at school gave him lots of attention, and so Greg wanted attention, so he wrapped up his arm, even though there was nothing wrong with it. So we're going to start on a Monday. Last week, we started the third quarter at school. So now I have a whole bunch of new classes. One of the classes I signed up for is something called Independent Study. I wanted to sign up for Home Economics too because I was pretty good at Home Ec 1. But being good at sewing does not exactly buy you popularity at school. I don't know why. Look at that. Look at the things he's sewing. So it says, look, hey, look, Greg has a purse. Actually, it's an embroidered book bag. Okay, purse. See how he has a bag that he made? Anyway, the independent study thing is an experiment they're trying at our school for the first time. The idea is that the class gets assigned a project. And when you have time to work on it together with no teacher in the room for a whole quarter, the catch is that when you're done, everyone in your group gets the same grade. I found out that Ricky Fisher is in my class, which could be a big problem. Ricky's big claim to fame is that he'll pick the gum off the bottom of a desk and chew it if you pay him 50 cents. So I didn't really have high hopes for our final grade. Look at there. So for 50 cents, this dude will scrape gum off the bottom of the table and eat it. That's disgusting. Don't do that. Tuesday. Today we got our independent study assignment, and guess what it is? We have to build a robot. At first, everyone kind of freaked out because we thought we were going to have to build a robot from scratch. But Mr. Darnell told us that we didn't have to build an actual robot. We just needed to come up with an idea of what our robot might look like and what kinds of things it would be able to do. When he left the room and we were on our own, we started brainstorming right away. I wrote down a bunch of ideas on the blackboard. So here are his ideas that he wrote down. And it says, the robot would do my homework, do the dishes, make breakfast, and brush my teeth. Everybody was pretty impressed with my ideas, but it was really easy to come up with. All I did was write down the things I hate to do for myself. But a couple of the girls got up to the front of the room and they had some ideas of their own. They erased my list and drew up a plan of their own. They wanted to invent a robot that would give you dating advice and have 10 types of lip gloss at your fingertips. Uh-oh, what's gonna happen here? That's the girls' idea. As all us guys thought was that is the stupidest idea we've ever heard. So we ended up splitting into two groups, boys and girls. The boys went to the other side of the room while the girls stayed around talking. Now that we had all the serious workers in one place, we got to work. Someone had the idea that you can say your name to a robot and it would say it back to you. There's the robot. And right here it says, hi Bob, it is nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Bob. His robot voice. But when someone else pointed out that you shouldn't be able to use bad words for your name because the robot shouldn't be able to curse. So we decided we should come up with a list of bad words that the robot should not be able to say. We came up with all the regular bad words, but then Ricky Fisher came up with 20 more the rest of us had never heard. So Ricky ended up being one of the most valuable contributors to the project. Right before the bell rang, Mr. Darnell came back into the room to check our progress. He picked up a piece of paper that we were writing on and read it over. To make a long story short, independent study was canceled for the rest of the year. Uh-oh. So they're trying to make a robot. They didn't do a very good job. Teacher came back in. Well, at least it was for the boys. So if the robots in the future are going around carrying cherry lip gloss for fingers, at least you know where it all got started. Thursday. In school today, we had a general assembly and showed a movie, It's Great to Be Me, which they showed every year. The movie is all about how you should be happy about who you are and not change anything about yourself. To be honest with you, I think it's a really dumb message to tell kids, especially the ones at my school. Look at here. So this bully's shoving him down. He says, "It's great to be me." And he says, "Ha ha ha." Later on, they made an announcement that there would be some openings on safety patrol, and that got me thinking. If someone picks on a safety patrol, you can get them suspended. The way I figured it, I can use my extra protection. Plus, I realized that maybe being in a position of authority could be good for me. So here's what his authority looks like to him. So he's on the street and it says, "Can we please cross the street now?" "Nope, but we've been standing here for hours." So he's holding them up. I went down to Mr. Whiskley's office and signed myself up. And I got Rowley signed up too. I thought Mr. Whiskley would make us do a bunch of chin-ups or jumping jacks or something to prove we were up for the job, but he just handed us our belts and badges on the spot. Mr. Whiskley said openings were for a special assignment. Our school is right next to the elementary school, and we've got a half-day kindergarten there. He wants us to walk the morning session kids home in the middle of the day. I realized that meant we would miss 20 minutes of pre-algebra. Rowley must have figured that out too, because he started to speak up, and then I gave him a wicked pinch under the desk before he could finish. So he wants to get out of math. So he hits his friend, and his friend says, "Yes, but we're gonna miss, yow!" So he got kicked under the desk. I couldn't believe my luck. I was getting instant bully protection and a free pass from half of algebra. I didn't even have to lift a finger. Tuesday. Today was our first day of safety patrols. Me and Rowley didn't technically have stations like the other patrols, so that means that we didn't have to stand out in the freezing cold for an hour before school. But that didn't stop us from coming to the cafeteria for the free hot chocolate they hand out to the other patrols before homeroom. Another great perk is that you get to show up 10 minutes late for first period. So look at that. So it gets a free hot chocolate. He comes in late. Hello! I'm telling you, I've got it made with this safety patrol thing. At 12:15, me and Rowley left school and walked the kindergartners home. The whole trip ate up about 45 minutes, and there was only 20 minutes of pre-algebra left when we got back. Walking the kids home was no sweat, but one of the kindergartners started to smell a little funny. I think maybe he had an accident in his pants. He tried to let me know about it, but I just stared straight ahead and kept walking. I'll take these kids home, but believe me, I didn't sign up for diaper duty. Look at there. There's a little one pulling on him. All right. This starts in February. I think we're going to stop there for today, and we will pick up in February, where it starts in February.